Parabellum is by far one of the largest updates SL has had since Mega Patch 2 back in 2019. There's been a full combat and gun rework, an update to 079, complete overhaul to lighting, changes to 096's abilities, a brand new 173, and the loss of back-end tweaks and changes. There have been a few smaller changes in this update, especially with items which have received new models, animations, and an inspect feature, currently exclusive to guns and the coin. As well as this, adrenaline and grenades have been tweaked in small ways to work better with new weapons. Speaking of weapons, 079 has a new weapon in its arsenal. Now with the ability to see SCPs on the map, it's never been easier to assist your anomalous teammates. On top of this, all overlays including status effects have been redone to suit the new look of the game. And oh boy, has new looks ever been a more important aspect of an update. The entire lighting engine has been changed to add volumetric fog, dynamic lights, and better view model rendering overall. Of course, this comes with a few changes to the backend to optimize the game, the biggest of these being culling, so you won't have to worry about your PC being crippled. For me, the game now runs 2 times faster. Speaking of running fast, SCP-096 has also received some larger changes. He can no longer hit non-targets with a swipe, and the core mechanics along with the charge have been altered. 096's charge ability will still insta-kill targets, but will only deal partial damage to non-targets, along with a reduced cooldown for successful charge kills. On top of this, Shy Guy now has a base HP of 2000 and default Hume of 1000, with its rage timer capping at 30 seconds and no way to gain back Hume outside of regeneration. As one of the biggest changes in this update, I also can't go without mentioning the 173 rework. Our special, Peanuts, has been redone from the ground up. New physics, new playstyles, and new abilities, including breakneck speeds, tantrum, and bling. For more info on this, feel free to check out the video guide linked below. 173 has now become a formidable enemy, and with more tweaks to come, it should be one of the best reworks to date. However, you need a better way to fight it, and this is where the new combat comes in. The new combat system involves all new weapons, the introduction of armor, and the removal of some arguably iconic tools. First off, all guns have been replaced to reworks, with new attachments, new ammo types, animations, and more. These changes bring SL much more in line with modern first-person shooter titles. The second thing is armor. Armor can protect from damage and allow you to pick up more items, with the downside of being slower overall. It's important to note that due to these changes, all human health has been lowered to 100 HP. The final changes were to remove weapon manager tablets and disarmors, with the features now being handled in the player's inventory and through the new gun threatening mechanic respectively. As a side note, since all weapons are now more powerful, SCPs have had a health increase to compensate. These values will be briefly on screen now. Finally, I'd like to mention some other small changes that we couldn't quite fit in before. The small locations for medkit cabinets have been changed and increased, along with the addition of adrenaline lockers. The Tesla gates in heavy containment have also received some changes in regard to sound and visuals, as well as the 079 generators no longer requiring a weapons manager tablet, and instead having levers that need to be flipped with a master containment lever in 079's chamber at the end. Finally, the Chaos Insurgency have had their spawn tickets increased to 18, but can no longer spawn in the first wave unless they have more tickets than the NTF. I hope to see you out there with me in Parabellum experiencing the new horrors the facility has to offer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.